Hiya, and welcome to this podcast, The Teen Whisperer, the podcast made for mums of girls aged 9 to 25 who are trying their best, to figure out this whole teenager thing without completely losing the plot. We talk the highs, the lows, and everything else in between. I'm Rach Friedley, your podcast host, and as a mum, I 100% get it, and I'm here to help you feel seen, heard, and most of all, not feel alone in this chaos called the teenage years. And yes, that covers everything from 9 to 25, because, life isn't predictable. So consider this your little bit of saneness and understanding in a week that's possibly full of WTF moments. So before we dive in, I'm going to say a huge thank you to every single one of you who filled out my recent survey. And yes, those people that asked me to connect with them, I'm on it. So bear with me. So many beautiful, vulnerable questions came through and one stood out again and again. Is this just normal teenage stuff or is there something deeper going on? So if you've ever asked yourself that while staring at your daughter mid-meltdown or watching her retreat into herself or swinging or seeing her swing from joyful to withdrawn in 1 millisecond, you are not alone. This episode is for you. We're going to make sense of what's happening in your daughter's brain, her body and her heart, and how that shows up in her feelings, her behaviours and her emotions. Because the teen years, they're not just about attitude or drama, they are one of the biggest transformations she will ever go through. And when we understand that, we can support her from a place of calm, not chaos. And by the way, if you are a dad to a daughter or even a mum to a son, keep listening because these facts, these snippets of information still support you too. So let's start with this truth bomb. Your daughter or your teenager is going through one of the most intense developmental stages of their life, second only to being a baby. And most of all, and most of society just tells them to grow up already. But this isn't just puberty. It's a full body, full brain, full heart transformation. So let's look at what's happening through the three powerful lenses of the brain, the heart and the body. So the brain is literally rewiring itself. Yes, you heard me correctly. It's pruning back old neural connections and building new ones, which means it's pruning back the stuff that she used to enjoy and participate in and is building new and exciting opportunities for her. So it's based on her current interests, her environment and her experiences alongside friendships. Then you've got the rational part, her prefrontal cortex, which is still developing, as I've talked about before. It doesn't come fully online until her mid-20s. Whilst her emotional brain, the amygdala, is on high alert. So it's constantly going, woo, woo, woo. It's like a constantly sounding alert system, which might show up as big reactions over small things, mood swings, seeming lazy or unmotivated, struggling to make decisions or explain herself. The feelings come first and the logic catches up later. In fact, the logic is the last one to tune in. So she has the feelings in her body, her heart then puts them into emotions, and then the brain sticks a meaning onto it. Normally a negative one, I hasten to add. So what does this mean for her body? Increased stress hormones, hello cortisol, racing heart, shallow breathing, fight, flight or freeze or even flee responses kicking. So what helps? Breath work, teaching her to exhale slowly. Music or journaling to release that emotional build-up, something that doesn't require communication. Time, space and patience. She is not faking it and she is not putting it on as attitude. Then you have the heart, which is the identity building phase. Your daughter is trying to figure out who she is, separate from you, from school expectations, from what the world says she should be, in inverted commas. She's not being difficult. She's building herself, literally from the inside out, which might look like changing her clothes, her friends, her interests, cutting her hair from long to short in one day, becoming more private and not wanting you in her room, getting super sensitive to how people perceive her and look at her, and taking their eye expressions to the extent. But underneath that, her emotional nervous system, especially the vagus nerve, which links her heart, her brain and her gut, is constantly scanning. Do I belong? Do I matter? Am I safe here? And if the answer feels like a no, even for a millisecond, her system might go into withdrawal. So that's silent treatment. Anger, slamming those doors. Panic, over-apologising or people-pleasing. So what helps? Co-regulation. So you staying calm helps her feel safe. Gentle rituals, walking together, playing playlists together in the car, side-by-side chats, again, in the car. Just get out there in the car, for example. Accepting her without needing her to explain herself. And then you have the body. So the teenage body is growing fast. And her hormones are like a wild symphony, often out of sync. All the time, I hasten to add. Her body is stretching, it's shifting, and it's waking up in ways she hasn't got a frigging clue about. And she may more often than not, feel completely disconnected from it. She might say, I feel gross. I don't want to go. I'm just tired. I feel weird. There's something wrong with me. I'm broken. And it's easy to hear this as attitude. But so often it's her nervous system crying out for that regulation. So she may eat erratically. So she may sleep all the time or barely at all. She may resist touch or crave it constantly. Reject things she once loved. Feel weird in her skin. Or react to textures and clothes that beforehand were A-OK. But underneath all of that, her nervous system is doing it all it can to stay regulated. But it's struggling. So what it needs nourishment that fuels, not just feeds her. It needs movement that feels joyful, dancing, walking, swimming, climbing, hiking, biking, even barefoot walking. Sleep, at least 9 hours a night if possible. And I know that's not easy with their sleep cycles that shift backwards and then, of course, waking up early in the morning. Her brain literally cleans itself while she sleeps. It goes through what is needed. It puts things into files. It emotionally regulates itself while she sleeps. And here's something we rarely say out loud, but it's true. Your teenager needs you way more now than ever before. Except, of course, when she was a baby. Yes, even when they roll their eyes, even when they push you away, and even when they swear they just want to be alone, they still want you there. And yes, I know how confusing this is. As I said before, I am a mum, so 100% feel your pain, your discomfort, what the hell is going on? Because behind all of that, there is a young person standing at the edge of everything new. Identity, relationships, school pressure, body changes, digital world, social media, her future, whatever it is. And they are trying to do it all with a brain and body that are completely under renovation. You don't need to hover. You don't need to fix. You just need to stay nearby, steady, open and emotionally available. You are still their anchor, their safe space. Even if they no longer fit in your arms, they still fit in your presence, in your now. So let's talk about something you can do that changes absolutely everything without needing a special toolkit or a parenting degree. It's called mirroring, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Your daughter's nervous system is watching yours for clues. When she's dysregulated, she's screening and scanning for someone who feels safe. And that's where you come in. When you can stay calm, breathe slowly, speak softly, even in the storm, and I know how hard this is, her brain goes, okay, maybe I'm okay too. That's co-regulation. That's emotional Wi-Fi. That's you being the lighthouse, not the lifeboat. You're not just parenting, you are co-regulating. So what mirroring looks like is sitting down and breathing slowly. Giving her a hug, because her heart rate will tune into your heart rate and calm down instantly. It might take 3 or 4 breaths. It may take more, but you know when she's ready, when she pulls away. You journal. She becomes curious and may sit with you when you're journaling. You eat something nourishing. You cook something nourishing. And she moves away from that snacking on sugar all the time. You take a walk. She eventually follows or asks to come. And yes, it does take a while, because I've been there. Even if she pretends not to notice, her nervous system notices. You are her model, her emotional mirror, her reset button. And yes, even when she rolls her eyes, she's watching you for your reaction. So here's the truth. Your daughter's behaviour is not random. It's communication. Sometimes it's just teen stuff. Sometimes it's a sign she's overwhelmed, and that is more often than not. In this mad, mad world we live in, which is constantly on 24/7. Either way, she needs your steady presence more now than ever. Second only to when she was a baby, as I've said before. So this week's challenge, choose one physiology-first support strategy. Breath work, barefoot grounding, shared journaling, playing together. Even if it's something as simple as playing with a dog, throwing a ball for the dog, playing a game, a board game together, like Genius Square, or a shared walk or a snack, or making a snack that feels good in the body. Try it, not to fix her, because it doesn't work, but to meet her where she is. Show her that you understand what's going on for her. And watch how it shifts something in her and in you. And if your head is still spinning a bit, I've got your back. Download my free WTF is going on. And by the way, it actually means what's the feeling. But WTF also means what's the... Yes, we know that one, Rachel. It's packed with brain, body, heart insights, simple tools, and lots of reassurance for you as mums or dads. And if you love today's episode, share it with a friend. Share it with a mum who needs to hear this. It's packed with... Nope, as I've already said that. Yes, you're doing better than you think. You've got this, mums, and I'm so glad we're in it together. So let's be proactive, not reactive, and have a wonderful week. And I'll speak to you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.